Welcome back to Nerd Plays The Last of Us Part 2. In the last video, we left off with Ellie heading out to go ahead and start her revenge quest for the bullcrap that happened last episode. Okay, obviously if you're watching this, it's a Let's Play, and we're on Part 6 of the Let's Play, I believe, so you know what's going on. That man Joel! Like, that was some old bull crap. I'm just flabbergasted at the fact that they killed this man. I really am. Here's the thing. Because whenever you kill off a character in a series, there's going to be some talk on if you should have killed them off or not, or if they made the right decision, or if they were dumb for it. I'm not completely against people, I'm not against characters dying off. I understand that sometimes for the narrative that needs to happen. It serves a purpose. However, I do have a problem sometimes. Well, okay, I don't believe Naughty Dog did this, but this has happened sometimes with the new Star Wars movies, for example. I feel like a lot of times people feel like to make way for the new generation, you have to kill off all the old characters. Because it's like, oh, we got new characters in the new Star Wars movies? Luke's how old? Get him out of here. Not because his death served a greater purpose for the story, because if you watch that most recent trilogy, then you know it didn't. Or at least that's overwhelmingly like the majority of the opinion. It's like his death served no purpose to the story. So I don't think that's the case with Joel's death. I think so far, I don't like it, but I won't stretch to say Joel's death wasn't necessary to the story. One, because we're early in the story, and two, because we're early in the story. So I don't know, like maybe it serves a greater purpose. This is my problem, however. The fact that he died by some no-named character who we have no history with. Hang on.
Okay. Wonder when this was written.
I guess those are codes. That might come in handy. Okay, yeah. Let's read this real quick. Got a big operation coming up, and Isaac wants us to scavenge any remaining supplies from downtown. Take any gas from the courthouse garbage. All right. Looks like a little supply mission there. All right. So it's like you kill him off with this no-name character. And I understand. I'm sure they're going to do flashbacks or something because that's the only way they're going to justify why she killed him, like what beef she had with Joel, that whole shebang. But one, maybe like, okay, the flashbacks better be darn good for us to get a good enough context as to who this girl is to where it's like, at least he didn't die by a no-name. But as it stands right now in the story, I'm like, you killed off freaking Joel. And like that goes into like another point. It's like when, okay, I have to work on like playing and talking at the same time. When you kill off a character, like, I'm not always against it, but we waited 7 years to see these characters that we love again, and then you kill him off in the first 2 hours of the game. Even if you do flashbacks and stuff like that, I'm like, I'm really hoping that the flashbacks work. Like, I'm hoping that they, I'm hoping that they bring a different, I'm hoping that they make it worth it, at least, that they killed off Joel. Even if they manage to make it count or make it matter or make it impactful through the flashbacks. Here's another thing. The way he died was so dishonorable of a death for Joel. And like, I'll explain what I mean by that. Joel's character, for one, I genuinely thought that when he went to save Abby in the heat of the moment when she was under the fence and being attacked by a horde, and where she almost died, like it was almost it for her, like you saw it. Am I supposed to come up here? And check up here. It's like we saw it. It's like I slick thought that was out of character for Joel. For him to go and rescue that girl in the middle of a horde like that. I'm like, yeah, we love Joel, like he's a great character and all that as far as being written is concerned and stuff like that, but Joel is not the type of person to save a random from a horde, at least not from what we've seen. He grew to love Ellie in the first game, but Joel was still a freaking killing machine. And I know he took allies and stuff like that, like with Henry and Sam, so I'm not saying like he completely trusts no man, but I did. So I'm at that, and the fact that they've been living in a civilized town for like the past 4 or 5 years, I'm like, okay, maybe he's changed, because that happens. Like you see that happen to characters. All right, hold on one second. Where am I supposed to go? Okay, here we go. You see that happen with characters where they change. So it's like, okay, because I'm like,
Hey, everything okay? What was that sound? I got that gate open. Gotta figure out this one now. Well, we believe in you. Thanks.
Dang it. I told myself I was going to remember what I was saying after they were done talking, and I forgot. But I know it was along the lines of thinking that Joel's death. Oh yeah. So I'm like, okay, maybe his character, like maybe they take in new people and stuff like that, because even Tommy was like, yeah, y'all should come back with us, and like, because we have like a whole town, that whole deal. So I'm like, okay, over the past 5 years, maybe Joel has grown as a person to save people from hordes like that, because in the first game, I don't believe that man would have did that. So I'm like, that part isn't completely out of character, especially not knowing what these characters have been doing for the past 5 years yet. However, when that girl was like, yeah, we have a base, y'all can come and like meet up with us there, I'm like, Joel, maybe Tommy would have, but I'm like, Joel would not have gone. He would not have gone. He would not have followed these people to that base like that. I just don't think he would have did it. But then I'm like, well, he did follow Henry in the first game, but I feel like Henry presented a little bit more like proof of trustworthiness with him at that point. But I'm like, okay, so he does that. Here's the kicker, though. I'm like, maybe that's not totally out of character. This man, they completely let their guard down. Like, Joel and Tommy let these people lead them into a room. Like, they hitched their horses. They kind of got comfortable a little bit. Okay, I'm really looking for this generator. I'm trying. I don't see anything. But yeah, it's like they went back. They let them be led into a back room. Are we supposed to talk to her again?
Hey, what's up? There's a circuit breaker to open this gate, but there's no power. How'd you get the other gate open? Without a generator? Well, can you use it for the other circuit breaker? Not sure. Let me see.
Sure we can. But like they led them to a back room, and then they closed the door, and it's just like I just don't believe Joel would have let himself be led into a back room like that. Like, they lured him into a back room. Joel wouldn't have gone back there. I just really don't think that's that man's character. He wouldn't have done that. Okay, so we're gonna have to roll this. Oh, well, this doesn't roll, so what are we gonna do? Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll this up right here, and we're gonna toss it. Alright, that is, I feel like that makes sense. So yeah, he got led to a back room, and then, I don't think him telling them their names was out of character. Like, how are they supposed to know, like, they had these people out here, like, really trying to kill them that bad? So whatever, but him being lured into that back room like that, I'm like, I just feel like that's not Joel's character. He would have been way more cautious than that. Here's the real insult. You blow out this man's kneecap. Like, she took out 3/4 of Joel's leg, made that man look like straight lasagna. Okay, I guess, yeah. 0512. Of course it would be the first one.
Yes.
It would be the first one. I just thought that'd be too easy. That's why I tried the other ones off rip. I was wrong.
Shit. Hey, come on. Let's get out of here. That crash was pretty loud.
Major facts. But which brings me to my final point of why I think Joel's death was dishonorable. How he died. You had Joel.
Now what? I found a note back there.
Let me let them finish talking.
Some codes on it. It says there's a WLF safe house at some place called Saravina Base. Saravina. So we find it? Hopefully we find our first WLF. Get them to talk. Go from there. Let's do it.
So you had this man Joel, a man who in the first game shows that he is extremely capable of taking on multiple people at once, who's been surviving for 20 years up to that point. He's been on both good and bad sides. You know, he knows how to handle an ambush. Not to say, okay, let me finish my statement. That's Joel, like took out hundreds of men and hundreds of infected in the first game, single-handedly. You have that man go out by essentially getting jumped. Joel got jumped and his head got bashed in with a golf club. I just feel like that's a dishonorable death for someone who slaughtered legions of people in the first game. Like I really do. And it's just because, not to say, okay, like they shot his kneecap out and then beat him. Like, okay, like they incapacitated him. Like that's a realistic death. Like he couldn't fight back, obviously. Like how's it outside of his character to fight back with a shotgun shell in his leg? That's not what I'm saying. Even his line where she was like, guess who I am? And he was like, look, just do what you're gonna do, okay? That's more like that's Joel. But the fact that it was just like, that's how he went out. I'm like, you need to kill Joel in a blaze of glory. Like not getting jumped. He got jumped. And his head got bashed in with a golf club. I'm like, they could have did his death more honor than that, man.
Look. Saravina Hotel.
Oh God, not another hotel. I hated the hotel in the first game. But just knowing like how many people that man, like that was just out of character death for him. Like that was a dishonorable death.
Very creative. Gets right to the point.
That's
closer and scope it out.
okay. Spoilers for The Walking Dead. Like skip ahead like a minute or two, if you haven't seen The Walking Dead yet. That's like if Glenn died by walkers. Glenn's death was an honorable death in the show. Did we like it? No. Were we happy he died? No. Would we prefer that he didn't die? Of course. Like nobody freaking wanted Glenn to die.
That note I found has a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh, I have to keep opening that
We
thing.
need to get power to the gate first.
Yes, we do. So that's like if Glenn died by walkers. When Glenn died, here's the difference, because Joel died by the hands of men. So like, why isn't Glenn's death dying by the hands of a human being? Like, why isn't that dishonorable? Negan was introduced as the new big bad of the show, and his character was introduced with a freaking bang. He showed up, he was like, I'm large, I'm in charge, I'm the new big bad guy, y'all are intimidated by me, y'all provide for me, whole thing. Like, Negan pulled up and established himself as the new alpha villain.
That there's gas in the courthouse garage and the dome.
All right. Courthouse garage and the dome. So what's the plan for finding these places?
We ride around and see what we see.
You think Tommy came through here?
He did.
Is this back the way I came? No, this is a new spot.
So, where are we?
Okay. Well, I see they're adding value to the maps in this game, because in the first game maps were useless.
We're here. Ah, nice. I'll mark it up as we go.
Okay. let us travel then. Alright, where did they say we were going? Not 100% sure. Alright, well, I heard this game has a little free roam to it.
What the hell happened out here? I'm guessing the military bombed the shit out of this place.
Why would they do that?
Well, it sometimes destroyed parts of the city that were
Overrun.
lost to the infected. Or to rebels.
That seems like overkill.
Well, it usually worked.
On the infected or the rebels?
Both.
Shit.
Believe me. You're lucky you didn't grow up in a QZ.
I'm starting to make that impression.
What would have happened if I'd stayed? I'd probably just become one more asshole soldier.
No way. I can't see you taking orders from anybody.
Yeah, good point.
I gotta say, I was expecting the Seattle QZ to be a lot more occupied.
Yeah. Maybe they're all hiding at the Saravina.
How many WLF you think there are anyway?
Well, hey.
What is it?
Says there are supplies at some bank.
Might be worth checking out.
Yeah, that's what that note said, I guess. The only reason I didn't read that one is because they were still talking. But, yeah, it's like Negan introduced himself as the new big bad. Like, had our group that we are so used to surviving with in total submission. Like, he was like, played eeny, meeny, miny, mo to decide who he was killing. And like when he killed Glenn, and Glenn died by the hands of like Lucille, like a barbed wire baseball bat, died in front of the whole group. Like his death had honor and it had like meaning. It was an impact to the story. But he died by the hands of a person, because this is why Glenn's death was honorable, even though it was depressing as heck.
This place.
He died by the hands of a person, because that's the only way Glenn would have died, is by another freaking person. Glenn Rhee would not have died by walkers to any capacity, because they showed time and time again in that show and in the comic book series that Glenn is one of the most, he's top 3 most capable people when it comes to handling walkers. So like if Glenn would have died to walkers to any capacity, that would have been dishonorable to his death. Like a walker would not get Glenn. That's why people were so pissed off when freaking Carl died. It's like, one, that was the biggest deviation from the comics ever, because obviously, you know, like Carl's in the comics till the end, and it's like, you killed off Carl? Like what? But Carl died from a walker bite. That's so dishonorable to his character. You're telling me this...
I think Shimmer's getting sick.
What? How can you tell?
She sounds a little hoarse.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Okay,
Come on,
okay,
that
looks
was
like
a
we're
good one.
looks like we're one of the spots. I need to like get to an objective and complete something. But you're telling me like Carl was like 8 when the show started. You're telling me this savage BA kid who was so capable, who survived Atlanta, who survived the initial outbreak, survived the cannibal group, survived being shot when he was like 8, survived the farm, survived being shot in the eye. He lost an eye in the middle of a horde. And survived. Like, you're telling me Carl, who survived all these things, snuck into Negan's base, machine gunned down some of his men. You're telling me that kid died from a stray walker bite? There's been moments in the show where he had a bigger pyro... Alright, let me slow down. There's been moments in the show where he had a bigger pile of walkers on him than that. So it's like... And you take this man out by fighting 3 walkers. Like legit. Like 3 walkers.
Distribution. Here we go.
Oh.
Fedra secured the shit out of this place.
See, that's the main objective. I wanna
Hungry people get desperate.
Yeah, I wanna explore over here. Something that's not, I wanna get some supplies. But it's just like, it's like that. Like Carl had a dishonorable death. I swear they killed that man off just because his actor got older, because Carl was like always young in the comics until the very end. I think it's just that Chandler Riggs got a little older. Whether they say that or not, I just believe that's why they killed that man off. Because he wasn't like a kid anymore. Like he was in the source material. But it's just like, it's like that. It's like that death was so dishonorable because Carl was so much more capable and him getting bit by a stray walker is just an insult to his character. So getting back to Joel's death, I just feel like how he went out by being jumped essentially.
This guy's had a bad day.
I just feel like that wasn't the best way for Joel to go out.
Not how I'd want to go out.
Wait, where you at?
I don't like those astronauts.
What are you talking about?
One of the early moon missions, there was an electrical fire and the astronauts burned up in their capsule.
Ugh.
Well, at least they died for something worthwhile.
Exactly.
Yo, that's
These guys
crazy.
were just assholes killed by other assholes.
What if astronauts were still in space when everything collapsed? Like they got left up there. There was no way for them to return home. I'm sure like when the initial outbreak happened, like before it got so bad to the point where they wouldn't be able to like land a freaking space shuttle, they probably went back before that, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just, I just feel like the way Joel went out was very like insulting to his character. Like he didn't go out fighting back. Like he got incapacitated, then his head got beaten in with a freaking
Ration distribution
golf
center.
stick.
In Boston, we'd line up for blocks. And the food sucked.
I'd go crazy.
Okay, I hate the way the arrow looks on this map. So yeah, that's my rant on Joel's death. I just feel like it was I just feel like that's not how his character would have went out. Yeah, that, and I know some people are just pissed that he died so early on. It's like, oh, okay, we waited like, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like Naughty Dog's kind of made this game in response to there being demand for it. Like maybe they would have made a sequel regardless, but like the way The Last of Us 1 ended, it didn't need a sequel. I'm glad we got one, but it didn't need a sequel.
Always worth a try.
So I think people like wanted it bad enough to where they bought it back. So if that's true, if that is the case of why they decided to make a part 2, or if it had like a lot of influence in it, then I also see why people are so upset that he died so early, because it's like, okay, we went 7 years without seeing these characters, and then here they are, and bam, he's dead within the first 2 hours of the game. But yeah, I remember when I was playing through The Last of Us Part 1, I didn't think Joel was going to live through the whole game. So I'm glad we got a little bit more time with him, but dang, a little disappointed. Just a wee bit. Another note. Derek got into some business with a broken window last week. He would have lost his leg if we hadn't rushed him back to Savannah. We went ahead and established some sensual way. West 2 checkpoint. Gate hasn't worked for years, but the combination for the old code was for West 2. Alright, so we're just finding a bunch of free roam stuff basically. Okay. Got some revolver ammo. You can equip 1 gun per holster. Additional guns are stored in your backpack. Alright. Freaking love the revolver. Revolver is so dope. I fell in love with the revolver during the whole reign of Rick Grimes and The Walking Dead. I'm like, revolver is dope. And like a big crowd type of thing though.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It's like because they only hold like 6 shots. I know there's some that hold like 8
Jotting
or
this down.
7. Oh, and an infection scanner.
Haven't seen one of these in a while.
Wait, I want to flip it, see if there's anything on the back. Woo! Place on directions on how to. That was an infection scanner. Oh, dope. Gears.
Looks like that's everything over here.
Oh, okay, that's cool. She like keeps it marked as we go to the point where it's like, okay, That'd be cool if the revolver was already fully upgraded, like carried over from the last game. Like, that would be dope. I want some more freaking power for this thing. Girl, let's put glue on the gun. Okay. I'm loving this game, man. Gameplay wise, story wise, I'm a little. I was really enjoying the story up until Joel died. and again, it's just like I know I have faith that the story will be good. I have heard some mixed opinions, but I'm avoiding all spoilers, so I don't know. Outside of Joel's death, I don't know why people would be disappointed. I feel like I was not supposed to. Oh, that was totally a glitch. I wasn't supposed to get in this little pocket because I can't get out. Ah, I'm glitched! Because she won't go up here. And I can't crawl out. Well, that's ugly. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's keep it pushing. I know I'm just like exploring the grass plains right now. Honestly, I'm still experimenting on how long episodes should be and stuff like that, because I know it's a little bit different, especially when you're like in a free roam game. Because it's like you could walk around and just like do stuff. Obviously, this isn't like a super involved free roam game. I have no idea what that code is. Use gate code. Huh. Wait, I didn't mean to. Like, obviously you can, like if it was like Grand Theft Auto, it'd be a little like that's just more hectic and stuff like that. But this is like more linear free roam, where it's like they open up like a small part for you to explore. Checkpoint gate codes. My goodness. West 2. 0451 0451. Didn't mean to go that far down. Coolio. Let's see what we got. Gears for days. Health pack.
That was some good scavenging.
Yes, it was. Okay, that was pretty decent. Pretty decent haul. Map location complete. Coolio. Alright, let's see what it looks like when you complete a map location. Okay, she puts a little slash through it. And a little slash. Okay. I hate the way the freaking arrow looks. It's so lopsided. Let's go, horsey.
Hey, I think I found the courthouse.
How can you tell?
See that
Says
sign up there?
courthouse.
On the building that says courthouse?
Oh, wow. Nice work, detective.
Mm-hmm. Mark this place on the map. Recognize anyone?
No. They're too old.
Right.
The group that came to Jackson would have been kids.
How long does can grass really grow through concrete like this? Like, there are a lot of sections in this game where grass grew through concrete. I'm like,
Oh, the gate's not budging. Hope the gas is still in there.
Let's look for another way in.
oh, is this where we were supposed to go? I thought I was still freaking free roaming other places. Because I want to make sure that I get a lot of supplies, you know? Okay, let's just go for it. I feel like it won't automatically progress us since it's like a more open world area. So we'll probably still have an opportunity to go and loot other stuff. I wasn't expecting this. I'm like, what do I do? I was expecting another hardcore linear experience. It's like, nope, here's world. Have fun. I wonder if The Last of Us fall damage is like mad sensitive. Some games have the most sensitive fall damage you will ever see. Like, oh my goodness. I feel like Red Dead 2 had some really sensitive fall damage. That might be the game I'm thinking of. Or it might be another one. I just can't remember which one I'm thinking of, but it might be Red Dead 2. When you jump off your bed and you just freaking die. Ooh. Creepy dark sewer looking stuff. I think it's a good idea to go under there looking for supplies. See what's in the back of here. Oh, dang.
This guy was an officer.
Traveling in a
Wow.
ration truck?
Trying to hide, maybe?
Unsuccessfully.
He's probably been dead from the beginning.
Looks that way.
Wearing an officer uniform. Everything is in place. We will be waiting. Once we intercept the convoy and take federal officers captive, you can abandon your post and join us. I know you've taken numerous risks and lived in fear of being discovered. Your loyalty to our cause is appreciated. Isaac. The heck? Freaking cult? Maybe they were talking about the Fireflies. Probably not. Fireflies aren't the main focus of this game. They're probably talking about the freaking, these wolf people that we're gonna slaughter. Screw Abby, man. What a lame-o. Pull up and kill Joel like you have rank. Get out of here. There's no whistling for your horse, is there? Nah. She just automatically follows us, I believe. Like, usually in a game where you have a horse as a companion, you can whistle for it. Okay. Not gonna lie, I was kind of taken back by how much free roam the game is offering right now. I thought it was gonna be like another story progressor, and we just like keep it pushing. But there's some supplies and stuff to scavenge, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. And in the next episode, we will, you know, get through this little section of the map, find all the supplies we need, and get back to our revenge quest for Joel. Rest in peace. Guess this is more of a discussion episode. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching Nerd Plays The Last of Us Part 2, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.